Alright, everybody, it's Patron Week once again, and one of you did it. You finally picked Shogun 2, and that thing just rocketed to the top of the polls because everybody wants to see me finish that damn Let's Play that I started, like, in 2011 and abandoned in 2013.
Happen.
It's not, no, I don't...
This is not making your dream come true. This is only a taste.
Okay, so, like, you can see continue campaign is grayed out here. That's because the save is gone. I probably still have it somewhere, but I wasn't gonna go to the trouble of, like, looking through old, deprecated, like, save folders to go get it. So, this is,
Maybe make it a patron tier, like a $5,000 tier or something.
If somebody pays me $5,000, I will finish that thing. I will go and port over
even
all the old posts
$1,000
to the new website. Yeah. No, we're not negotiating down here. $10,000.
Well, make us an offer. How about that?
Yeah.
Send all offers to me on Twitter.
Why you?
Because I'm gonna wheel and deal. You're the object,
just gonna skim,
and I'm
like,
wheeling
50% off the top.
Well, I've been around now for a bit. I think it's about time I get my, the secret check that everybody gets. You know, the one that Camster told me. He told me already. It's okay.
Why would Chris tell you about that? You know, it's not an unlimited pool.
It was a poor choice on my part.
This is Total War Shogun 2.
They had trains.
It came out in, like, I think 2011, like summer 2011, I want to say, and sort of saved the franchise. The last couple Total War games prior to this one were not terribly well received. They were kind of a great big mess. When I started this game 30 minutes ago for the first time after installing it, it tried to install Flash Player, so that was neat. We got ads for Rome 2 down here. What a great game that turned out to be. So we're just gonna hop in here and do a new campaign, I guess. That's how Total War games work. You play as a particular kingdom or nation or people, or in this particular setting, a clan during the Warring States period of Japan, where there was theoretically a shogun who and an emperor who were, like, by law in charge, but not really. We're gonna kind of, I think we'll go ahead.
I was hoping you were gonna say in cahoots, but you didn't say in cahoots. You said in charge.
Well, actually, they were in cahoots, but, it was a great big power struggle. There was no real centralized authority, and a bunch of different clans just kind of doing whatever they wanted. So we're gonna start as the clan that I actually did for my Let's Play. Yeah, let's do Oda. I know the Oda start. This is the clan that would eventually, not end up being the clan on top in the end, but would begin the process of reunification with Oda Nobunaga. Then he got betrayed and killed, and his adopted son... I don't remember if it was his adopted son or just his protege, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, took over and finished unifying all of Japan, then said, I'm going to go and invade Korea, and that didn't work out, and then he died.
As seen in the Bill Wurst history video.
Yeah, and then finally, Tokugawa Ieyasu, one of the supporters of Hideyoshi, basically declared war on the rest of the potential successors and finally unified Japan under a stable dynasty. And then we had the Edo period for the next like 250 years until America showed up with boats.
Wait.
Yeah, this is the era where they greased their necks, right?
Yes. This particular era of graphics was very greasy.
So this is 200 years before America showed up?
This is the 1540s. America shows up in the 1850s, so it's about 300 years. But
And they had trains?
it takes about 50 years for... No, that was actually from the Fall of the Samurai expansion, which is after the...
Okay, that makes more sense.
After the Americans showed up. Like the 10, 15 years after the Americans showed up, when there was a big power struggle over who should rule in this new order where the shogunate is losing all its power and so on. Japanese politics is interesting. Like, they have an emperor in this period and the period subsequent to it, but the emperor doesn't actually rule anything.
I mean, isn't that what Britain has
Kind of
now?
a spiritual leader. Yeah, and they still have an emperor. In fact, it is debatably the oldest contiguous dynasty of, like, a monarchy on Earth. Since they draw back their family line to, like, way earlier than the actual archaeological founding of any kind of empire, but reliably back to about 500 AD.
The Total War series has always been interesting to me because the screenshots and the superficial appeal are always on the battles, but I always find those the least interesting bits versus the sort of empire running.
They kind of are, and you run into situations where, you know, initially, early game, you'll probably fight most of the battles, but after a while, you get really bored of fighting the battles and just start loading up armies that can auto-resolve beat everything. At least that's how I end up playing. Like, I don't usually do, like, every single battle in a campaign. I very quickly tire of, like, that. Because you know, it can take, like, upwards of 20 or 30 minutes to do one battle, and the auto-resolve, you know, if you've got a decent auto-resolve chance, auto-resolve does it in 5 seconds.
Japan, land of giant samurai.
So I've never played any Total War game ever.
It's like
I'm assuming it's like Civ.
Yeah.
It's like Civ, but more niche. It's
It's like Civ
like you're
for
not
weebs.
settling cities and stuff. This one is kind of Civ for weebs, but like most of the entries in the series are not.
Well, that's one of the things.
Asian, they're European of various different stripes. You know, Rome, Empire, Napoleon.
There was the Genghis Khan one, right?
No, there was no Genghis Khan one.
Really, I feel like there was.
There should be, but there's not. Oh my God, you're still going. Okay, blah blah blah.
From time to time,
So we've got a basic mission here.
the Shogun or
Crush the rebellion in the following province, which is the only province, so that's these dudes. So...
Oh, I was confusing him with Attila the Hun. My bad.
we must defeat the current
Yes,
Genghis
there
Khan,
was an
Attila the
extension.
Hun.
That was the... I didn't play much of that one, but that was apparently like one of the better games in the series.
at this point.
Okay, you can shut up.
So the only one that like. Go ahead.
What difficulty did I select? I don't even know. Sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say like I
We need to turn those things off. How do we do that?
I have played a number of these, and every time I immediately get turned off by the in-game combat. Primarily because especially with the medieval ones, it's so painfully obvious where it's like, have your archers stand back, have your infantrymen, and then your cavalry, and you just have them do what they do.
It's like going through the motion.
Yeah, and it's mostly positioning, but positioning takes forever because you're literally watching hundreds of AI units march in formation towards a specific place, and it's just the only one of these that has felt remotely interesting to me was the Revolutionary War one, because there everyone had guns, and it was almost kind of fascinating to figure out how to like have infantrymen counter a walking in formation, counter like cannon fire, and that was kind of cool. But the rest of them are just like watching. They're really cool to watch, and they're really boring to play. But that's my thing.
I'm gonna do this. So we've got a tech tree. we've got, you know, you can build stuff, you can recruit stuff. You know, you saw me earlier. I decided to upgrade the castle and build some more farms and stuff like that. And it's a pretty simple interface. I probably should have brought the other guy, but so we're gonna go over here and attack these guys.
Are the maps procedurally generated? I don't think they are.
I don't think they are in this one. In fact, I don't think they are in any one. Like they just have a big range of maps.
Well, I know certain cities and stuff are pretty big.
Set of, yeah, and the environment outside the thing can change the topography of the map. Like you might get a really hilly map or something like that. Okay, so we've got a couple of basic spearmen. Oh, what was the key command to?
Oh no.
There we go. Yeah, I don't like it when it locks the size of the formation. So we've got our basic infantrymen here, and we're just going to have those guys probably just hold the line. We've got these guys who are fast and decent at dealing with cavalry, and we've got these guys who are archers. They can shoot people. And then we've got our general here. So we're just going to... We're attacking, so we kind of have to... Oh, they've set up on a big hill. That's neat. We're gonna walk everybody over here, I guess.
See, this is what makes me bored really fast.
Well, Josh is gonna have to spice it up then.
Oh, there is the fast forward button.
Now we're getting spicy.
So let's see what have they got. They've got 2 Yari-Ashigaru, which are these guys, basic spearmen, and 1 Bo-Ashigaru, and of course their light cavalry general. Oh, yeah, because he's a rebel. He's not actually a character. He gets like a lamer cavalry unit. So my basic plan here is probably going to be to send my bows up. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my guys down here. My basic infantry down here. We'll bring this guy over here. That's my fast spearman. And we're gonna bring the bows up here. And my general over there. And bows are gonna... Actually, my general will come this way. Bows are gonna...
Our general is
oh my god, they just collided.
Their bows? Oh yeah, that's my guys. And we're gonna send the general up here to just force these guys to retreat. No, we don't actually want to. No.
Disengage.
Those little
disengage.
men went down. They just fell down like pawns. I am so lost right now.
They're charging right down the... Okay, so we managed to lure them into charging us, like, downhill after that. Oh, no, they're not doing that. That's interesting.
This is so strange to watch. It really is.
Well, we're watching it on a blurry stream and also from like 10,000 feet in the air. It looks cooler when you go normal speed and are like zoomed in on the action and you're like watching...
Oh, so this isn't how it normally
I'm at normal speed now. I mean, I can zoom in on the action if you want. Oh, look. They're hitting each other. That's not all that useful, though.
It's not useful, but it's entertaining. So it does have some sort of use to you. The true Master Shogun player will be entertaining.
Okay, so their
and
center
strategic.
broke. And we're gonna box their general in here.
One of the cool things, I don't know if this game has it, but the morale system is always something I loved. That, like, it's not just killing all their dudes, it's breaking their lines thoroughly enough that they panic and flee.
A glorious victory will soon
That was
be
the big
yours.
innovation that Total War did. That, like, you know, if you were playing like Age of Empires or whatever, you won by killing all the enemy units, and that's not terribly historical Like most of the casualties that an army would take historically would be in this phase after they've all broken. You know, they've been shaken. You know, the lines broke and the whole formation just decided, oh, I'm going to run off, and then you send the cavalry after them and kill them all. Which
we just got
exactly
a
what we're doing.
Yeah, we just got a victory notification, right? We're done effectively.
Yeah, we can be done, but if we chase these guys down and kill more of them, then there will be less of them to reform later on.
That is some Total War shit, Josh. Damn. Getting all Sherman up in here.
I mean, that was how, again, that was how, like, that was the original use of cavalry. Like, cavalry was not originally envisioned as a
but they
charge
counter arrow
on the
guys.
battlefield. I mean, that's Total War rock, paper, scissors nonsense. That's not how it really worked.
So then obviously there's a lot of historians working on the developers to make these kind of games.
I mean, I imagine they have some historical consultants. Like, I mean, this game is not like ultra historical. Like, if you really want to get into like something that tries to simulate how it really was, you want something more like Paradox's games, and even those have a lot of problems. But this is a fairly decent simulator of you know, what we think medieval and like, well, pre-gunpowder battles really looked like. We can speed this up here. All right, decisive victory.
You should just automatically play yakety sax every time you do it 4x speed.
It's probably a mod for that, right?
I think this came out before the Steam Workshop, but I bet later games have it.
Yes. Like, there are, I mean, someone could make a mod to do that. So, you see, they lost well over half of their troops. We lost only 87. So you see, that army is not dead. They lost some of their units, but not all of them. So what we want to do... we don't need to bring them out here. So we want to go in there and attack them again. And actually...
I like that guy's
we can
face.
Probably just auto-resolve this. Oh look, they're hitting each other with their giant people swords. We lost a very small amount of
Killed
people
all
and
of them.
wiped them out. The way movement in this game works on the strategic level is like a army can retreat only once in a turn. So if you get an army and attack them and win the battle again, then regardless of how many people you actually kill at the end, like, that army's done. So we finished that, and we got plus 25% wealth generated by buildings across all provinces for 4 seasons, which is 4 turns. And our general increased in rank, which means we can give him some cool stuff. We can hire a retainer for him, a heroic samurai, or a Nitin Ichiryu duelist.
What's the difference?
So the +1 command when defending on land means his troops will have more morale, I believe, when he's defending. And then +1 melee attack will make his unit better at killing stuff. I think I'm going to go with Heroic Samurai. Then we can also upgrade his tree here. I always like Strategist. And I believe it takes 2 points to get to the next level, so we could do these two. Like, melee defense will make him a little more survivable. Yeah. Let's drop these guys back in a worry. Oh, or not. I feel like we're at war with everybody right now. Let's have a look at diplomacy here. Yeah,
I feel
nobody
like that
likes
every
us. Nobody likes us at all. Except the who are these guys? The Kitabatake are very friendly with us, and we have a trade agreement with them. Everybody else just kind of hates us. Ooh.
That's just the haters gonna hate syndrome.
Not helping things is the fact that we're at the center.
Well, historically, we were actually a vassal of the Imagawa clan here, and declared independence and started a rebellion against them. So, I think our best bet is probably to swing up and take out the Saito. Yeah, that's probably our best bet, is to swing up to the north here and take out the Saito castle, because it's you can see it on the paper map here. It's right here, so we can get there probably next turn. Let's get another bow.
Like bow and arrow, or bow like Donatello?
Bow Ashigaru. Archer unit,
So-
I should say. Oh yeah, they had unit recruitment videos back then.